Yoga. Hello again, everybody. We're really progressing now through our beginners course, and by now you're doing some quite demanding postures. So this is your session number 7, and we're going to take you through a few more balances this time. The traditional tree pose, and a couple of other poses as well. So with all of that in mind, we're going to start, as we always start, just by lying on the floor and just letting all of the tensions of the day leave the body. And then we're going to do our usual scanning and ensuring that we understand how to use the breath and how to let go of those tensions that we create during the day, whether it's a good day or a bad day. Okay, here we go. So coming down onto your mat, turning around so that you're ready to lower yourself to the floor. So when you stretch your legs out, make sure your heels have gone past your mat. That's great. Maybe just a little bit more. And we're going to sit up nice and straight. Now we're going to point our toes because we've got to remind ourselves that we want to protect our lower back. And the best way to do that is to imagine someone's actually holding your feet. Here we go. So taking a nice deep breath, extend the arms only up to shoulder height. And as you exhale, tuck your tailbone under, drop your chin please to the chest and actually look at it slower, much slower. So really take your time to come down onto your mat. Now once you're there, you need to separate your feet almost mat width apart. And if you don't have a mat, just think about a bit wider than your hips. Taking the arms away from the body, make sure there's some room around the armpits. And then turn your palms up towards the sky if it's comfortable. Ideally, that's the best way to relax. But you might have those kind of arms where they just turn in naturally. So whatever's right for you. We're going to close our eyes. I'm going to take a nice long breath through the nose for 5 counts. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to breathe out for 5 through the nose. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, continue to breathe naturally, just observing your breathing. Just let your ribs relax. Just feel the body melting down into the mat. At the end of a busy day, whether it's positive or negative or a bit of both, we naturally create tension in the body and of course in the mind as well. So by just bringing these two aspects of your life together, the idea of being able to relax the body, being able to release tension from the mind, then we can do both of these things by connecting to our breathing, because our breathing is the very most important illustration of what's going on in both the mind and the body. Now using your inside eyes, I just want you to scan the body for tension. So by now, by week 7, you've already discovered parts of the body where you hold your tension. So it's really important you always go there first. So whatever part of the body that is, I'd like you to take that nice slow breath in again for 5 today. We're going to inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then exhale in the same way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just feel the body melting down into the mat, the earth below. Just reminding yourself that yoga is actually about coming back into the body. We spend a lot of time in our head. You know, we actually live in our head really. Don't really live in a house or a flat. We live in our heads. So this idea of being able to completely bring ourselves present in the moment is about bringing our attention back into our bodies, feeling the earth, feeling the pressure of the heels, for instance, the lower back, the shoulders, the backs of your hands and the back of your head all making contact with the floor. And then just think about the earth below you and just connect to the fact that actually we are on a planet and that things are not always what they seem. And the idea of earthing and grounding just helps us feel much more secure. And if we do suffer from anxiety, for instance, this idea of earthing is really, really important. So we're going to continue breathing into our belly because we've learnt how to do that now. So we're relaxing our belly, the belly rises as we breathe in, and it's lowering as we breathe out. It's raising as we breathe in, and it's gently lowering as we breathe out. Just make sure that your jaw's relaxed. If you haven't really stretched your jaw yet today, just open it nice and wide. Really wide. Stick that tongue out and relax. If your thoughts begin to wander, which of course they will, just draw them back to watching your own breath. And we've learnt a technique, haven't we, called Ujjayi breathing. And this is when we slightly close the little valve at the back of the throat, but we only do it when we're breathing out. So this type of breathing helps us feel it and hear it, but it also helps us slow down that exhalation. So we really do empty our lungs, and if we empty our lungs, then we're going to be able to take in more fresh oxygen, and that's really important. So let's do that again. So we're going to just breathe in. And as we breathe out, we're going to slightly close the valve at the back of the throat. That's great. Okay. So we're going to now start to wake up the body. So as we do that, we're just going to start by ever so gently moving our toes and moving our fingers, and then just rolling our head from side to side. That's great. And then we also establish the idea of synchronizing breath and movement. So bringing our legs together, keeping them straight for now. We're going to take a really lovely, long, deep breath as we raise the arms towards the ceiling and the sky beyond. So inhale slowly up, 2, 3, and hold, and exhale as you lower the arms back behind you. And I want you to notice how you lift those ribs, which will help you just feel the expansion in that chest. That's great. And relax. And now we're going to really start waking up the body. So as you inhale, push the heels away, stretch the arms away from you. Now I want you to imagine someone's pulling you by the heels and through the fingertips. Shoulders are beyond your ears. Your quads are really contracted, nice tight buttocks. We're going to inhale and really dig the heels in. So take another deep breath if you've lost it. Dig the heels in, the upper body, and you may not actually even come off the floor. If you can, that's great. But it's just the idea of pumping a lot of blood into the muscles, and completely relax. And allow the body to open up like a book. So just think about the point between your heels, the point at the crown of your head, and just feel like the body's opening up like a book. That's fantastic. Well done. So again, we're going to inhale and raise the arms towards the sky. Nice deep breath, everybody. And as you exhale, begin to fold the knees in one at a time, bringing the hands over the front of the knees. And the other one, same at the same time. Curling up the spine, bring your forehead towards the knees. So again, you're starting to work the spine gently in its natural positions, and release the body to the floor and the feet to the mat. So your knees are still bent. Okay, we're going to roll over now to come to sit. So if you've got normal blood pressure, I'd like you to roll over onto your right side. But if you've got low blood pressure, or you think you might have, then roll over to your left side. And that's just going to stimulate the heart a little bit so you don't feel dizzy when you do come to sit. Just let the spine curl up for a moment. That's lovely. And then using your free hand, you're going to come to a sitting position. So this is when we're going to make sure that we can sit comfortably. So if you've got a block, make sure you just sat on the first third of that block, and you're going to pop your sit bones right onto the front of it. Now some of you might need 2 blocks, but again, this is week 7, so by now you know exactly what it is that you need to be able to sit in a comfortable position. Okay, good. So just popping your hands on the ends of your knees, palms down. We're going to open up the ribs. We're going to give the back a nice stretch. So taking a deep breath in, we're going to exhale and bring your left shoulder to your right knee. That's it. Beautiful. And inhale to exhale to the other side. And sit. Good. Inhale, raise the arms up. And you're going to turn to your right, looking right over the shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the other side. Just feel yourself turning from the waist, then the shoulder, then the chin, and back to center. Okay, I'm going to take over now, and we're going to go through a couple of breathing exercises. One that you've already done, and one that's slightly different. Okay, Jamie, I'm going to come and join everybody now. Thank you very much. Okay, so once you've sat in your comfortable position, just make sure that you feel like your back's beautifully lifted. So if your shoulders are rolled like this, just think about a string on your chest and just think about lifting it up. So let's also imagine that we're zipping up the front of a top. So just taking your zip from the pubic bone like this, we're going to lift up, up, up to just underneath the chin. So you don't want to lift your chin up. That's great. So you want this lovely space between your hips and your ribs. Okay, we're just going to start with something called alternate nostril breathing that we've done before. So we're going to repeat that again. It balances the brain, right and left side of the body as well, and just is a very soothing and calming experience. So keeping your left hand either turned upwards like this with your first finger and thumb together, or you might like to turn it down. Lifting your right hand, you're going to pull the first 2 fingers of the hand in like this. Notice where your elbow is. That's going to stay there as you bring your thumb to your nostrils. So your hands are like this, right thumb on the right nostril. The other 2 fingers you're going to use on the other side. And then when I say retain the breath, you get to pinch the nostrils together. You know all this, but we're just recapping. So you can close your eyes, and I'm going to talk you through it, but if you do need to open your eyes, you will see that I am mirroring you, so it should help you be able to sustain the postures. Okay, so eyes closed, keep that lovely long back. Let's exhale strongly out through that left nostril first, using that Ujjayi breathing, slightly closing the back of the throat. Feel your navel really drawing back towards the spine. Good. Inhale deeply for 4 counts to the left. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain the breath. So you're going to pinch the nostrils closed. Your mouth is closed. You're going to hold the breath. Exhale to the right for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale deeply to the right for 4, 2, 3, 4. Retain your breath. Pinch the nostrils closed, mouth closed. Exhale to the left for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale left for 4, 2, 3, 4. Retain your breath. Remember next time to really breathe deeply as you take breath in. That way you've got something to hold and something to let go of. Exhaling to the right for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale right for 4, 2, 3, 4. Retain your breath. Exhale left for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last round, everybody. Inhale left for 4, 2, 3, 4. Retain your breath. Exhale right for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale right for 4, 2, 3, 4. Retain your breath. Exhale left for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And release your hand. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice big sigh. Just for a moment, I want to keep your eyes closed. And just notice how you're feeling. What's happened to the mind? How does the breath feel now? Just bring yourself very much present in the moment and just try and let go of everything except what you're experiencing right now, which is just that connection to the breath. Going to inhale, take the arms to the side. You can open your eyes now, look right up towards your fingertips. I'm going to exhale again and twist to the right like we did before. Now your fingers at the back are going to support you. I want you to really notice your breathing now. So you've breathed in, right up towards your chest, right from down here, right up to your chest. And as you exhale, feel the lungs being squeezed really slowly as you breathe out through the nose. Use that Ujjayi breathing if you can. And just think about the more you exhale, the more you can twist that spine. That's great. And back to center. And as you do, inhale, raise the arms, nice and slowly. Try and take as long as you can for those in and out breaths. And as you exhale, keep the back long. Use your hand to push and pull, and the other one's going to support you. Now you're going to just turn from the waist. Exhale. Think about going from the waist and the shoulder, then the chin, and then just come back into prayer position. That's excellent. Well done, everybody. Again, take a deep breath in. And this time you're going to just reach forward. So you're going to reach forward and really feel the back getting stretched out. But most importantly, you can then take your block away or your cushion, just pop it out of the way. Feel those ribs stretch, and then you're going to come up onto your knees. So I'm going to turn around so you can actually see me from the side. And we're going to prepare ourselves for coming from this position up to standing ready for our Surya Namaskar, our sun salutations. Now, as it comes to, seasons changing, our sun salutations are just as important whether they're in the summer, the autumn or the winter. They keep your body oiled and warm and flexible as well as strong. So spreading your fingertips, everybody, make sure your shoulders right over your wrists and those hands are only as wide as your own shoulders. Nice long spine, everybody. So don't get too close. Think about knees apart and nice long spine. Here we go. So as you inhale, you're going to let your tailbone go up and your chin. So deep breath, and the more you push into the floor, the easier. Exhale, really push down. Tuck that tailbone right under, chin to the chest till you feel your back really opening. Inhale, tailbone and chin up. Exhale, push down firmly into the floor, squeeze the buttocks. Inhale, nice long spine, everybody. Tuck your toes under and very slowly press back through those arms. Ideally, I want you to not move your feet, just feel a lovely long back. Try to relax your ankles, but keep the quads lifted, your thigh muscles, and push those tailbones right up. Now if your weight's forward like this, really try to push back. Think about your armpits reaching for your toes. Okay, now I want you to keep those arms straight. I'm going to do something slightly different. Deep breath in and out. Now as you breathe in, you're going to take your weight forward, squeeze those buttocks, let the hips drop towards the floor, push through those toes, and then press back up as you exhale. Good work. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Come down onto your knees. You're going to push up and then you just step forward. It doesn't matter which leg. And then with your feet nice and wide, just ease back as if you were skiing. That nice skiing movement. So just breathe in and out. Nice and deeply. Just let the arms swing. Let yourself feel quite relaxed here. And then as you stretch up, squeeze the buttocks. Gently push them forward and come down into prayer. So that's our warm-up, which is absolutely perfect for any day, any weather, any place as well. Don't need a lot of space to do this exercise. Okay, so bring your feet together, everybody. So you should be standing with your feet at the front of your mat, about 2 inches. Nice long body. That's brilliant. Here we go. So I'm doing it from the side so you can see all of the sequence. Deep breath in. Exhale, prayer position. Try crossing your thumbs. Inhale here, if you like, you can release the hands. Push the hips forward. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees if you need to. Inhale, step back with your right leg. Lower the knee. Lift the chest. Hold your breath as you step back into a plank position. Squeeze all the muscles. Exhale your knees, chest, chin. Using your feet, push forward. Use your arms to lift up. Tuck your toes under. Press back, down dog. Now you might need to lower your knees here as you bring your right leg forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the arms up. Gently push the hips forward. And again, exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees if you have to. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, chest lifted. Hold your breath as you step back into a strong plank pose. Exhale your knees. Now here, stick your bottom out and your chin as you fold forward. Pull those elbows in. Using your feet, push forward. Use your arms to lift. Tuck your toes under. Press back, down dog. Now again, you might need to drop your knees. Inhale, left leg forward. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees if you have to. Inhale, lift. Gently arch back. And exhale. So that's one round. We're going to do 2 more rounds. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back, knee down, chest lifted. Retain your breath, strong plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, push up into cobra. Tuck your toes under. Press back, down dog. Drop your knees if you need to. Inhale, right leg forward, knee down, chest lifted. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, reach forward and back. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, chest lifted. Hold your breath as you step back into plank pose. Exhale your knees, chest, chin. Inhale, push forward and up. Tuck your toes under. Press back, down dog. If you need to drop your knees, do it now. Inhale, left leg forward, knee down, chest lifted. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, reach up, push back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back, knee down, chest lifted. Hold your breath as you step back into a strong plank pose. Exhale your knees, chest, chin. Inhale, push up and back. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back. Hold your breath as you step back into a plank pose. Now lead with the crown of your head. Exhale your knees, chest, chin. Now use your feet here to push forward, arms to push up. Press back, down dog. Let's hold this for 3 breaths. Now if it's too much for you, you can always lower your knees and just push back like this. And just really ease back. If you're happy to stay here, that's great. Now if you need to lower your knees, do so before you take your left leg forward. Exhale, head to knee. Inhale, reach up and back. And exhale, namaste. Ooh, that was hard work. So we've really used our breathing, our cardiovascular exercise. Heart rate's gone up. We're feeling a lot warmer and a lot looser. Let's just stand for a moment. Take some nice long in and out breath before we carry on with our second session. So taking a nice wide stride, everybody, on your mat. So we're going to work lengthways. So taking your feet nice and wide, we're going to go through our triangle and warrior series, all about opening up the groin area and getting a lot of blood up towards the heart as well. Make sure your feet are parallel. I'm just going to move back slightly. So engage your thigh muscles. Inhale, take the arms out to the side. Inhale and lift. And today we're going to reach forward, taking our hands to the ankles. So taking a deep breath in. As you exhale, you're going to take your left shoulder towards your right knee. So a bit like it was when we were sitting up. So we're really stretching this side of the body. Obviously the backs of the legs as well, so keep your weight slightly forward until your tummy muscles engage. Inhale to come up and exhale to the other side. Really use your breath here. Spend some time just breathing, opening up the backs of the knees, and inhale back to center. And coming to stand. Just to remind you that keeping flexible keeps you young as well. So if you find it difficult, don't worry, just keep breathing through it. And eventually one day you'll suddenly find you can do something easier than you could a few weeks ago. So we're going to lift the right ball of the foot and turn the foot around. So what you want is your foot going off in that direction. Squeeze the buttocks, really keep that back leg strong, and then look down your right arm. Coming into triangle, inhale, reach. Hold on to either above the knee or below the knee, and then push the hips towards me. Pull the tummy in. Keep looking down if you've got a bad neck. The rest of us, inhale and look up towards our hand. Now try spreading those fingers, squeezing the buttocks forward, and keep the quads lifted. Don't drop your head. Keep that chin tucked in and turning towards your hand. Great. Looking down, inhale to come up, really squeeze the buttocks here, and exhale into warrior. And we're going to go into quite a passive warrior now, but just make sure your knees are over your ankle. Don't let your knee roll in, and don't let it do this. Just keep the knee over the ankle and the shoulders directly over the hips. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, reach the arm up, but keep that back front leg exactly as it was. And here we're going to go back into a triangle. So wherever your hand was before, look up towards your fingers. Breathe in and breathe out. Looking down, inhale to come up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, arch back. Exhale, back into triangle. Hold and breathe. That's lovely. Looking down, come to stand and bring your feet back to parallel. That was wonderful. So that's your triangle and warrior two series. Taking the arms out to the side. Lift the ball of the left foot, rotate it on the heel and lower to the mat. Now make sure your foot's pointing in that direction. That back foot, just think about pushing it firmly into your mat and squeeze your buttocks. Looking down the left arm, I want you to lift the ribs rather than bend the ribs. So lift the ribs And then hold either above the knee or the calf muscle. If you are more flexible, it'll be lower down, but the legs must remain straight. Squeeze the buttocks towards me. Keep those quads lifted. And then look towards the hand at the top. If you've got a bad neck or anything, you should continue to look down. Just breathe. Good, looking down. Inhale to come up. Exhale, warrior. Now hold here for a moment. Make sure that knee is over the ankle and your shoulders are directly over your ribs. So just think about this as a ballet class and that as a yoga class. And we're in a yoga class. Inhale, arch back. Keep the knee exactly where it was. Exhale, warrior two. And float into triangle. Looking up. Breathe. Keep the thighs engaged. Squeeze the buttocks forward. Good. Look down. Inhale, up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale. And exhale for the last time into triangle. Squeezing the buttocks. Support the back of your neck. Don't let it go back like that. Looking down. Inhale to come up. And back to center. And close the pose. And breathe. And just walk your feet back into center. Okay, just shake your legs out, shake your feet out, and just let any tension that's built up drop away. Okay, we're coming into a balance series. So we're going to start with a simple tree. So separating your feet, just keep your knees nice and soft. Place your left hand on your pelvis, just reminding yourself that the pelvis has such an important place in balancing. If it's out of place, you won't manage to balance. So reaching down, I want you to sort of just look in front of you, as well as looking at me as you learn. Take your hand down towards your right ankle, then inhale, lift the heel right up into the groin, and keep that left leg really straight. Now if you need to keep holding onto the ankle, then you can. For some of you, you may not even manage to do this, so just keep your foot down here and then bring it up towards the calf and back down if you think you're losing your balance. So that might be the option for you. For the rest of us, we're going to lift the heel right up into the groin and press the whole of the sole of the foot into that soft tissue of that supporting leg till you can feel the bone. Shoulders back, focus your eyes. Now if you can, bring your hands into prayer. Keep squeezing the buttocks. Don't let your shoulders roll forward. And if you fix your gaze, you're much more likely to find your balance. Crossing the thumbs over, inhale, reach forward, and then you can separate your hands as you raise them upwards. Now just breathe, keep focusing the eyes, and then as you soften your supporting leg, bring your hands forward, inhale, and as you exhale, pull the thigh towards you, and lower. And never collapse, just find your center before you move into the next side. That's excellent, everybody. Okay, so we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So if this was you, just using your foot up and down, then carry on doing that. The rest of us, we're just going to soften our legs again. This time right hand on the pelvis, and then reach down towards your left ankle. So reach down, focus your eyes on the floor somewhere. Inhale and lift nice and high, and keep pressing the sole of the foot into the soft tissue of your right leg. Now if you need to keep holding onto your ankle, then that's fine. You can still bring your hands into what I call half a prayer. Half a prayer is better than no prayer. Okay, so whichever version you're doing, bring your hands into prayer. Think about your thumbs just touching your body. Crossing the thumbs over, reach forward and then release the hands as you come to a full tree pose. If you can keep your hands together, that's fine, but actually it's quite nice to release them. That's lovely. And then ever so carefully, with a lot of control, lace the fingers together. Inhale. As you exhale, bring the thigh to the chest to the thigh. And slowly, slowly lower. And close the pose. It's great. Okay, going to do another balance now. This time with 2 feet. So we're going to do the arrow. So I'm going to turn to the side because I want you to see that I'm going to lift the heels off of the floor. So you can carry on standing where you are. So as long as you can see me, I want you to have a nice long tailbone. So think about that tailbone pulling down, a bit like a Roman blind. It's pulling down towards your heels. Your ears are going to be right over your shoulders. Okay, bringing the hands together, I want you to cross your thumbs like this, because that will help you keep the arms straight. Inhale, reach up, and I want you to just pinch the side of your head if you can. Alright, so squeezing the buttocks, keeping the toes together and the heels together. We're going to inhale, fix your gaze somewhere, and then just lift the heels off the floor. Now you have to keep the heels pushed together. If they come apart, you will fall. So if that happens, just keep squeezing those heels together. Think about the inside of your thighs pulling together. And slowly, slowly, slowly lower. And release. Great. Shake the legs out. Get those shoulders going. Alright, we're going to do side balance now. So it's called the half moon. So standing again, lengthways or wherever is comfortable for you. I don't know what your setup at home is. So just bringing your feet together. You're going to take your right leg out to the side. So if you want to watch the first time, this is what you're going to do. As you step into the right foot, you keep both legs straight, turn your head to look at the floor, palms are going to be facing forward, and then you're just going to balance on that one leg. Okay, so should we try standing in the middle, wherever you are, arms to the side. Palms are facing forward. I want you to think about the angel of the north. For those of you in the UK, you'll know what that is. This is the shape of the angel of the north. So taking your right leg out to the side, keep both legs straight, turn, and as you transfer your weight from the left to the right, focus your eyes, breathe, and come back up. Perfect. Other side. Shoulders, just relax them. Here we go. Inhale, angel of the north. And we're coming into half moon balance. So taking your left leg out, you're going to transfer the weight from your right to your left leg. Turn your head and squeeze the buttocks. Keep the legs nice and powerful. Woo! Don't fall over. I'm going to do that again. Taking my leg out, I'm going to squeeze the buttocks and really focus my attention. Whoops. Keep the ankles really strong. And come back to center. So it doesn't matter how many years you've been doing it, it's still sometimes a challenge. And release. That's brilliant. We're going to come down to the floor now for our floor series. So either coming down like this or using your hands, doesn't matter which. We're coming down to our twist series. So you might need a block here in a moment, so just have it close by. I'm going to slightly turn like this so you can see me from the side. That's great. So we're all going to turn towards the right. So just keeping the feet together, hands at the front, you're going to just lift yourselves up like that. That's great. So taking a deep breath in, you're going to swap the hands over and use the other hand at the back, so you might just be able to see it, and then you're going to turn. So you just stay looking at me straight ahead. I just want you to see what it's going to look like from the side. So it's going to look like that. So again, we're turning from the waist and the sit bones are nice and strong. Okay, I'm going to do the same side as you now. So you're facing forward and I'm going to do the same. Deep breath in. Taking your left hand to the right, see if you can get your arms around the knees, lift right up. And this hand, the fingertips, are going to be right behind you. Begin to turn right from the waist as you exhale, so you're looking to the back of the room. So you should just be able to see the back of my head now. And release. Now to release, I want you to do this. Tuck your tailbone right under, drop your chin, stretch those arms. Oh, that feels so good after that twist. And inhale back to sit. So I'm going to do it from the back this time. You're going to turn to your left side and I'm going to do the same so you can see what's happening at the back. So imagine I'm sat in front of you. We're all going to turn to our left side. So inhale, swap your hands over to the other side of the knee, hand behind you and begin to exhale. So I should be able to almost see you. That's it. This is quite an intense stretch, even though it's very simple. Try not to collapse. Think about keeping that arm straight. Just use your fingertips. That's it. And as you release, you're going to tuck your tailbone right under, straighten the arms, drop the chin, and come back to sit. Very good. Okay. So I'm going to face you again. So here's where you're going to maybe need the block. So if you're tight hipped or lower back, sit on one block by just tucking it underneath and just sitting on your sit bones. So if you sit on your sit bones, the idea is that it slightly tilts you forward. So if you've got two, that'll take you a little bit further. Don't have more than two blocks or a nice cushion to just be able to allow your knees to fall open. This is very challenging for most of us, I understand that. And take that block away because I don't really need it. I'm going to show you from the side. So putting your fingertips behind you, inhale, lift your bottom and push it towards your heels. And what you want is a lovely straight spine. So try to avoid doing this. If you do that, you do need a block or maybe two blocks. Your knees might be here, but what you want is trying to get that nice straight spine. This is probably the most challenging thing for most people. Open your feet like a book, so that when you look at your feet, you should be able to see the soles of your feet as much as possible. It might be a centimetre that you move, that's fine. So inhale, lift right up through the crown of the head. Now use your hands, so use the arms to pull the feet towards you, and that will encourage you to keep a lovely straight back. We're going to close our eyes, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, you're going to squeeze the buttocks and keep pressing the knees down, and at the same time pull those feet towards you. So you're using these as a lever. Think about your arms as a lever. Just keep breathing. Breathing in and breathing out. Keep squeezing the buttocks. That's it, so that your knees are being pressed down towards the floor. And release. Popping your hands underneath the knees. Inhale. Gently bring them back together. Now if you can keep your knees together and wrap your arms around, that's great. But if your tummy's in the way, which some of us you know, we've got our tummies, then that's fine. Just open your knees nice and wide. Just wrap around and just let everything collapse. This is the one place in a class where you should just be able to totally let go of all of the tension, because you do build up tension during a class, and we just need to let it go. That's brilliant. Okay, good. So I'm going to face you again. I want you to take your right leg out to the front. I'm just going to get a strap here. So if you've already discovered that you need your strap for your forward folds, then it should already be there ready to use. So taking your right leg forward, we're going to open the left leg to the side. So you might need a block or a cushion to just pop underneath that knee. And if that's you, you do that every week. Okay, for me, I don't need it. But I'm going to pull this part of my foot right into the thigh. So think about the tree pose we just did and where your foot was. You should be able to see the sole of my foot. So just think about pushing your heel away, engaging your thigh muscle. If you need a strap, get your strap, pop it around the ball of the foot, and then you're just going to bend your arms to the side without dropping your head or shoulders. And that way you're really going to get a good strong stretch through the backs of your legs. If you don't need that, then you're going to inhale and reach up. And as you exhale, take hold of the foot. So thumbs around the front of the foot, fingers around the back. And then you're going to think belly to thigh, chest to knee, head to shin. Now if your belly doesn't come to the thigh, that's when you need that strap. I don't want you to do that. That doesn't do anything, all right? So just keep those shoulders pulled back. That's lovely. Breathe in and breathe out. Going to hold this for 3 breaths, so close your eyes. This is a very challenging posture for most of us. So the thing to do is not fight, but to let go and release. So think about your in-breath as a preparation, and then your out-breath is a letting go. And the more you breathe out, the more you let go, the more supple you become. We are stiff because of tension in the body that is created from tension in the mind. Good. Inhale and lift. And then just taking hold of that knee, gently draw it in. Okay, we're going to swap the legs over now. So straighten your leg out. If you need your block, remember to have it all ready to use. And I'm going to do this slightly at an angle now so that you can see what happens to the leg. So this quad should be lifted, heel pushed away, that will keep that quad engaged, and then you'll be able to stretch your hamstring. So if you need your strap, you need to get ready around the ball of the foot only, and then you just bend. Even I am getting a stretch doing this. Really, really good. But this won't do anything for you if you bring the shoulders up and tuck your pelvis under. You've got to think about pushing your pelvis, tailbone out, a bit like the dog pose. So if you needed a strap, you should all be ready. The rest of us are going to inhale. Now think about belly to thigh, and if it doesn't go there, don't go any further. Just either hold on like this or get a strap. And then chest to knee, head to shin. Watch out for rocking and rolling. Try and keep those shoulders nice and balanced. Just breathe and close our eyes. I'm going to breathe in to prepare. Breathe out to extend, deepen our stretch. Release the tension through the body. Close your eyes whenever you get a chance, holding your postures, because that's where you really, really start to get centered. And you feel at peace, and the less information that comes in through the eyes, the better. So inhale to come up. And just bring your leg in and extend. All right, just shake those legs out. Just give them a really good shake. There's ankles moving. Great, now we're going to do the full forward bend. So again, you might need your strap. So your feet are together, thighs lifted. And if you've got your strap, remember only the ball of the foot. Don't put them down here because that's useless. don't put them around your big toes because you can pull them out. So make sure it's just by the ball of the foot like that. Perfect. I'm going to do it from the side. The feet together. Inhale up. And then reach forward with the heart center. So if you're holding onto your feet, thumb around the front, fingers around the back. Now push your thumbs into your big toes. And then as you exhale, belly to thigh, chest to knee, head to shin. So whichever version you're doing. If you've got a strap, keep your upper body up. Don't cheat, because if you do, you're only cheating yourself. So it's better to kind of really pull those shoulders back. Just breathe. Good. Inhale to come up. And then we're going to lean back into our hands, separate our feet, and do the counter pose. If you've got low blood pressure or neck problems, I really want you to keep your chin in. The rest of us are going to let our head drop right back, but we're going to keep the mouth closed. Inhale, lift, and then let your head drop right back. So your shoulders create this cradle for your neck, so you're absolutely safe here. Try not to drop your hips though. Push those hips up by squeezing the buttocks. And lower. Okay, good. Crossing your legs, you're going to come onto your tummies. So coming onto your tummies, everybody, you're going to take your elbows to the floor like this and slide your hands back till your elbows are sticking up in the air. So let's have a go at that. So we're just going to slide the arms back till the elbows are sticking up in the air. That's great. And then make sure your toes are pointing towards each other. They don't have to touch, and press the heels open. That'll save your sciatic joint, stop you getting sciatica. If you've got it, it will not make it worse. Forehead to the floor, everybody. Now we're going to stroke the floor with the nose. Inhale, nose, chin. Push up a little bit through the hands, squeeze the buttocks. Now lift your hands off the floor. Hands down and exhale. Use your ujjayi breathing. Inhale, nose and chin. This time we're going to push up a little bit more. Keep the elbows in. And exhale down. Last time, inhale, nose and chin. And come up as high as you can and walk your hands, if you can, towards your hips. Now your hips are going to come off the floor, as you can see, but your knees are still on the floor. So keep pushing down through the arms as if you were in a gym doing push-ups. Pushing up like that. So really pushing up. Open the chest. And then as you exhale, open the knees really wide and press back towards the heels. It's really important your knees are nice and wide. Just rest your forehead on the floor. If that's too difficult, just fold your arms and place your head on your arms. Just keep breathing out. Close those eyes. And then you're just going to walk yourself up to centre. And we're going to finish the class with our legs up the wall. So coming, if you've got wall or radiator or even a door, you're going to get your bottom as close as you can to the wall, like this. And take your, I'm just going to move my hair a little bit. So just take your feet to the wall, quite high up, so don't bring them too far down at the moment. Take them quite far up, and we're going to come into the shoulder stand from here. So pushing your hands into the floor. Inhale, lift your hips, walk your feet up a little bit. Oh, nice soft knees. And for those of you who can, you can come all the way up. For those of you who can't, just stay with the feet on the wall. Make sure you pull your clothes in, you tuck them in, because otherwise they'll end up around your face. Just breathe. Use your hands to support you. Eyes closed. keep breathing into your belly. You're going to feel a lot of blood moving towards your head and your heart. If that feels overwhelming, it's very, very important you come down to the floor. Okay, taking your hands to the floor behind your back. You're going to lower yourselves really, really slowly. Just separate your feet. Don't turn them out. Oh, you can turn them out. If it's comfortable turning them out, you can. But just rest your knees in your hands and your elbows on the floor. Otherwise, just keep your feet turned in like this. And just try and totally relax. Eyes closed. Okay, and just rolling onto your side. Left side, low blood pressure, please. And you're going to come up to sit. So we're just going to get quite close to the wall with our feet apart. And we're going to just open up the groin by just pushing the knees open. Now if you've got the wall behind you, that's great. You could even put a couple of blocks underneath you. I mean, I don't need it, but you might. And then just take your feet forward and just open up like this. So whichever's best for you. The next time you'll know to have those blocks. They need to be there all the time, nice and handy. Okay, and we're going to come into our Shavasana, our corpse pose, Yoga Nidra, the yoga sleep, the most important part of the class. I'm going to ask Jamie to join us for the end of the class, and I'm going to take you through your final relaxation. So put the jumper on, your socks on. If you need a blanket, you should have it ready, and you're going to cover yourselves up. Now as you lower yourself to the floor, remember to do that really, really carefully, vertebrae by vertebrae. Okay, last bit of the class coming up now. So just get yourselves ready, making sure you are warm. And remember, we always leave you at the end of this session to come out of your Shavasana in your own time. Don't forget to point your toes. Imagine someone's holding them, just like gym practice when people actually hold them to do your abs. So tuck your tailbone under. Always come down with great care. We want to make sure that you're safe. It's great. Okay. Just covering yourselves up. Make sure your feet are nice and warm. Make sure your feet are also apart and that they're rolling open from your hips. And if you're feeling a little bit chilly, remember your temperature is going to drop when you do your relaxation. So tuck your chin in slightly if you need to. Make sure those shoulders feel like they're dropping down towards the floor. And imagine that you are, in warm sand today, and that you're just literally sinking down into that warm sand. A few of us had, a holiday this year, but we did get a lot of sun. So continue always to focus on sunshine and warmth anytime you get that opportunity to do so. So bringing your inside eyes to your breath. Be really conscious of your body lying on the earth. Imagine the muscles of the body melting from the bone. Think about them melting off of the bone. My toes and feet are relaxed. My ankles and calves are completely relaxed. My knees and thighs are relaxed. My hips and lower back are completely relaxed. internal organs, heart and lungs are relaxed. My internal organs, heart and lungs are completely relaxed. My middle and upper back are relaxed. My middle and upper back are completely relaxed. My shoulders and arms are relaxed. My shoulders and arms are completely relaxed. My hands and fingers are relaxed. My hands and fingers are completely relaxed. My neck and throat are relaxed. My chin and jaw are completely relaxed. My mouth and tongue are relaxed. My nose, cheeks and ears are completely relaxed. My eyes and forehead are relaxed. My eyes and forehead are completely relaxed. My head and scalp are relaxed. My head and scalp are completely relaxed. My mind and body are relaxed. My mind and my body are completely relaxed. I'm at peace, peace, peace. If your thoughts begin to wander, just draw them back to your breath. Bring them back to the present moment. And you need to spend a minimum of 5 minutes in total relaxation to allow the systems of the body to recover, to restore and release, and for the adrenals to calm down. So if you can, stay here for as long as you need, as long as you want, as long as you can. And remind yourself to stay warm after practice, to drink plenty of water to help the body continue its detoxing, and have a lovely day. We'll see you next time.